Hey friends, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here today because today is my 2024 Christmas home tour. I hope today's video is an encouragement to you. I hope that it inspires you to get in the Christmas spirit in your own home. Let me know down in the comments below, have you started decorating yet? Or better yet, let me know what your favorite Thanksgiving side dish is. I think mine, oh, it's so hard. I love stuffing and cranberry sauce with my turkey. I'm just very traditional, I guess, but I don't know. There's so many. I love sweet potato casserole too, though. It's hard to pick just one. Let me know down in the comments. And without further ado, let's turn the camera around and I'll show you my Christmas home tour. You know, Thanksgiving, the Christmas season, as we head into these holidays, it really is all about practicing gratitude. And something we do as a family every Thanksgiving is go around the table and say what we're thankful for. If you can daily get in the habit of practicing thanks, it's been shown to vastly improve your mental health and mental state. Instead of getting overwhelmed and anxious and worried about what the future holds, if you can take a step back and list 3 things that you're thankful for today, it can make such a big impact. And that's something that my therapist has really helped me to see and helped me to use tools to practice gratitude on a daily basis. And I'm very thankful for my therapist through BetterHelp. And I'm thankful for BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know, BetterHelp is an online therapy platform with over 30,000 licensed therapists. Getting started with BetterHelp is so simple. You just fill out a questionnaire. Just takes a couple of moments, either on the website or the app, and you'll get matched with a licensed therapist in as little as 48 hours in most cases. My favorite thing about BetterHelp is that you can schedule your therapy at a time that's convenient for you. You can do your therapy sessions over the phone or video chat, or even through messaging on the app in some instances, but I just love it because I can do it from the comfort of my own home. I'm busy, I'm always on the go, and so being able to fit it in at home at a time that works for me is really great. So if you're struggling this holiday season or you just need someone to talk to, consider BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Amy Fritz and you'll get 10% off of your first month's therapy. And again, a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so we're here in my entryway and I've had this dresser now for quite some time. If you've been around my channel, you've seen it. I actually stripped it using oven cleaner a couple years ago, but it's beautiful. I love raw wood furniture. You'll see that all throughout my home today. But on top of the dresser, I changed things up for the Christmas and winter season. I've got this oversized antique mirror. Funny thing about this mirror is that I found it in the basement of a thrift store for 15 bucks a couple years ago, and it was this really kind of gaudy gold brass. It was not pretty. And I took rub and buff. I don't know if you've ever heard of little rub and buff, but I added it to the frame and it gave it this really cool vintage kind of antique gold feel, and it's beautiful and you'd never know. So anyway, I got this mirror. I love that for just making the room feel bigger and reflecting all the twinkly lights. And then on the dresser, I've got a lamp here. You'll see tons of lamp lighting throughout my home this time of year. I just love cozy ambiance. I'm a sucker for it this time of year. And then I've got this bowl from, I think the bowl came from Hobby Lobby, but I filled it with pine cones and a candle. I think it's a really pretty way to display a candle without just, I don't know, having a candle out. It just adds a little something, adds some texture. I try to add pine cones throughout the house where I can. Because I just love the organic feel, but then also I did browns on my tree this year, so it kind of brings the brown into play. And then I've got a pitcher full of some real cedar and juniper. And my advice to you guys that live in the climate that allows, call your friends up, call a neighbor up. If they have evergreens on their property, and just ask if you can't cut from the back of them. I've got a handful of friends that I clip from every year, and it's a great free way to have Christmas decor. It dries out, does not last forever, but I find that it lasts at least 6 or 8 weeks while still looking pretty. So that's what I've got here on my entry table. Here's another view of the entry table. So this is the space we just talked about. I'll give you more of a close-up look. The candle is from Walmart. I believe it's a balsam. I don't know the actual name of it, but some kind of balsam Christmas tree scent. Smells like Christmas in here. Smells good. And then you'll notice on the stairs, I didn't do anything. And I just wasn't inspired this year to go all out with garland. Maybe next year I'll invest in some staircase garland. This year we really put our budget towards the new tree. And so, again, my encouragement to you, take it year to year, add to your collection slowly. Here on the other side of the entry, we have this hall tree, which my mom actually thrifted and gave to me, but it fits in this space really nice. And on top, I just added some fresh cedar. You'll see kind of just sprigs of cedar throughout my home. It's just a really easy way to add a pop of greenery and a little Christmas cheer. But here on top of the hall tree, I've got this little faux tree from Target this year. It was one of the few things I bought this year. I think it is so cute. I love the little scalloped bowl. I've got a bowl full of some ornaments down there. And then I made this chalk sign a couple of years ago now. I just painted, I got the frame from Hobby Lobby. I painted it with green chalk paint, and then I used chalk and wrote, "Oh come let us adore him," which is one of my favorite Christmas hymn lyrics, but I had the green on it. And so when I found that within my Christmas collection, when I was getting Christmas stuff out, I thought, oh, maybe I'll hang that here. So I really like how that turned out. Eventually I'd like to kind of change this out, maybe get a bigger bench, maybe paint the bench. I haven't done anything since moving in, but I wanted to add a few touches of Christmas. So I've got the sign there, and then down below I've got a crock full of some greens and some ice skates just to make it look festive. And then really quick, there's not a ton to see, but here in our half bath right off of our entry, the only thing I swapped out so far was the greens. So I did have some fall stems in that little basket, and I just swapped it out for some real cedar and a couple of faux stems from Hobby Lobby, just for that pop of greenery. And then on the vanity here, I added this hand towel. It's from Hearth and Hand from Target. I love that deep green. I think it's so pretty for this time of year. So anyway, just wanted to share that really quick. Guest bath is tucked away right off the entry. So when you come out, you can see our front door area, and that leads right to our great room, which has been my favorite room this holiday season, and it's been so fun to decorate. But this year, I loved my fall decor so much, and I loved the greens and the blues and just like the very peaceful colors I had going on in this space so much that I wanted to add my tree in such a way that I could not change a thing and it would fit in. So I did golds and browns and more neutrals, and I love it. I think it's so pretty. Some of my favorite ornaments, I have these velvet brown ornaments. They're from Hobby Lobby, I think, or maybe Amazon. I don't remember for sure. I did a gold and brown ribbon all over the tree. That came from Amazon. A lot of my tree came from Amazon, actually. I did some pine cones. I did these velvet brown poinsettias. I did some large paper stars, and then I stuck in lots of gold berry stems to give it more texture. I've got some acorn ornaments, like just all very organic. And then to add some sparkle and pizzazz, I have lots of mercury glass and kind of gold sparkly bulbs. So it's definitely a mixture, but I think it pairs really nicely together, and I'm really happy with how the tree turned out. A barn beam mantle here, and I used cup hook screws underneath the mantle, and I actually hung our garland underneath, and I really love how it looks. It's kind of a unique twist, I think, on a Christmas mantle, but it was a really simple way to add some greenery and to kind of zhuzh it up without going crazy overboard. I could have fit a garland up here, but it definitely would have blocked some of the frame of our frame TV. And so I just wanted to keep it simple, keep the lines clean. I have one large faux cedar garland here from Hobby Lobby. And then to kind of beef it up and add some texture, I used a faux eucalyptus garland. I used some faux juniper sprigs and maybe some real juniper. Maybe, maybe not, just faux juniper. And then I did a beaded garland kind of tucked under ever so subtly. And I did that for a couple reasons. I think it adds some pretty texture. I think it brings the brown into play over here on this side of the room. I kind of just try to throw those browns and organic colors where I can. The juniper berries also add a really pretty dusty blue element to my space, which my pillows and my rug has a dusty blue in it, so I think it just kind of complements the space. But I also added some twinkly lights. It's just kind of bright in here right now, so you can't see them. They are turned on. And then on either side, I did 3 stockings, and the whiter knit stockings came from Hobby Lobby a while back, and then the middle ones came from Studio Mickey from Target this year. So I just kind of wanted to do mismatched but still somewhat uniform, so some are darker than others. I think it pairs nicely. And you know what's funny is in my Christmas Decorate With Me video, I got a lot of comments asking why there were 6 stockings. If you don't know, we're a family of 5, and the 6th stocking is for Maggie. So yes, our dog has a stocking. And I also like symmetry. So 3 and 3 looks better in my opinion than 3 and 2. So anyway, for those asking, that's my answer to that question. So overall, love the cozy knit texture for winter time. We have been enjoying so many cozy fires. So here's another look at the mantle. Up above, we have our frame TV. I've got a pretty kind of wintry painting on it right now. And then I love these gold candlesticks. I got them off Amazon. A lot of my new decor have been Amazon finds. I've been having luck there lately, but I love having the LED tapered candles. They're great for the evening. They add such a twinkly glow to any space. During the day, they don't do a whole lot, but I leave them on all the time just because I like them so much. We've got the fire going. Down there, I've got the kids' Advent study book and a little nativity set. And then here on the coffee table, I have this pine cone wreath, which I originally got to put in the kitchen somewhere, I think on the hood vent, but then it got here and I realized it'd make a really pretty centerpiece. And again, it brings the browns into the space, and I love kind of the organic texture of the pine cones. So this hurricane came from, I think, Walmart, and then I just stuck some Spanish moss down in it and then stuck a candle in there, and it's been a great way to display a candle in this space. I really love how that turned out. The wreath is another Amazon find. I didn't change my pillows up really for Christmas time. This is what I had up for fall when we first moved in. I have these dusty blue pillows from Walmart, but something I did add were these knit pillows. So they just add another knit texture to the space, which I love for winter time. I love that creamy white color, so I added them to both sofas. Maggie, oh my word. The only thing I really added over here was this gold reindeer. I've had this for probably 2 or 3 years now. I got it at Hobby Lobby, so anyway, love that pop of gold. And then here on this back wall, I have this secretary desk I refinished a few years ago. And I had this mirror on my entry dresser, and somebody in my comment section, if it was you, let me know down in the comments below, but they asked me, have I considered swapping mirrors and seeing what this mirror would look like on the secretary? And I hadn't thought about it, and when I put it up here, I instantly loved it. It had so much height and drama. So whoever you were that left that comment, thank you. I always get so many good ideas from you guys. But anyway, this mirror actually came from a boutique in Branson, Missouri. I was on vacation and it wasn't for sale. It was just hanging. It was a clothing boutique. And I begged the manager to buy it and she let me buy it. So that's a fun story. It's kind of a fun souvenir to that trip. But here on top, I've got another LED candle. I love the reflection of the tree in this mirror too. It's so pretty. But that's just in a little handmade candle holder. It's just a piece of pottery. And then in this pot planter, I've got some faux stems. So I've got some faux juniper, a faux pine cone stem, and then just some faux cedar stems. Some of them, I think the juniper stems came from a floral, but the rest came from Hobby Lobby. I just love pretty arrangements like that. And then I love tucking little mercury glass ornaments here and there where I can, just to make it feel more festive. I've got this wreath hanging on my office door. This came from Hobby Lobby this year. I love it. I love all the texture and the bells and the deep green ribbon. I think it's so pretty. This blanket basket is huge. It would be really pretty for a tree actually, but I got that on Wayfair. I think I'm gonna make a gift wrapping station there and put all my gift wrap in there soon. I just have blankets in it right now. And then here's a little look at my office space. I really thought about going all out in here and doing some garlands and some ribbons and different things, but I didn't. I stuck with my simplicity theme. And I actually just took this little faux tree. It's years old. I think it's from Walmart or maybe Target, but I stuck it in a antique soup tureen. I don't know if it's ironstone. It may not be. I think I got it at Goodwill. But I just stuck it in there and tied some white bows to it, and I think it looks really sweet. But that's really all I did in here that's Christmassy. So now we're on the other side of the fireplace, and this is sort of our hearth area, kitchen, dining, all in one. It's a big open room, and I love it. I love that I've been able to be cooking or baking, having a cozy fire going, and someone can also simultaneously be in the great room watching a movie and having a fire going. It's been great. But aside from that, on the mantle, I have an assortment of cutting boards. Some are true antique German cutting boards, some are not. I would love to swap all of them out for true antique boards someday, but we'll get there. So I have that, and I kind of love that display for the kitchen area. And then on the mantle, I did a couple different garlands. So I have a Norfolk pine garland. I think I did 2 of them. And then a seeded eucalyptus garland from Amazon, just for some more texture. And then I have some battery operated twinkle lights. And then last minute, I actually, this morning, made, oh, I think I still have some more in the oven. I dried some orange slices. I love to do that every year. It smells so good. Your whole house will smell like Christmas. But I dried them out and then I just strung them on a fishing line and hung it up. So I love that pop of color, that organic texture, and I think on the kitchen dining side just kind of feels right. So anyway, I had a lot of fun decorating that. So again, you can kind of see, I'll show you more close up. All my orange slices. It's not perfect, but it's fun. And then down below, I wanted to just mention really quick, I have this basket. I got this basket at Goodwill actually. And normally I put a tree in it, but this year I just went out to my woods and Caleb made a big pile of firewood for outdoor fires. And I just stole some of it and tucked it in here to make it feel like a wood burning fireplace, even though it's not. Just a fun little element for the winter months. So there's the fireplace. This is how the room looks from this point of view. Starting out, our dining table, always keep it really simple. You know, I don't want to be moving a bunch of stuff around. So I just did an ironstone pitcher full of some greenery. This is the greenery I got from Hobby Lobby. I get it almost every year. I buy a couple and add to my collection. When you get it on sale, they're like $2.50 a piece. It's not bad. But anyway, simple. That will carry me through the winter as well. And then up on either side of our porch doors, our French doors, we have some sconces. They're kind of bright on camera. They don't look like that in real life. They're a little bit more subtle, but I did hang wreaths on both of those just for a festive touch. Really love how that looks. I just did a full kitchen tour on my channel, so I'm not gonna go too in depth in the kitchen space today. I really wanted to keep things minimal in the kitchen. I've gone crazy with Christmas decor in my kitchen before, and it kind of drives me bonkers because I work in here so much. So I like to keep the countertops kind of minimal. So nothing too exciting in here. I did add some fresh cedar to the top of the hood vent. And then I have a little topiary, which isn't Christmas decor. I got it on Amazon, but I added a ribbon. So that's as festive as I get. You know, I added some other subtle things like my copper teapot. Reminds me of the cozy winter nights and mornings. I did add a crock full of rolling pins next to my KitchenAid because again, that just kind of reminds you of Christmas time baking. I've got a Christmas candle, I've got some hand towels, but beyond that, we went really simple this year in the kitchen, mostly because I wanted the hearth area to be the focal point. That was another big reason too I didn't mention before, but over here, I shared the dining table, but here's also our hutch, which I do have decorated up top. I have the same garlands as what's on the mantle here. So the Norfolk pine garland, a seeded eucalyptus garland, and then maybe some sprigs of cedar. I just kind of threw it all together with some twinkle lights. And then I always do some sort of variation of my white ironstone dishes. I did move them around a little bit to put the tureen here in the center. I filled it, this is all fresh juniper and fresh cedar with mercury glass ornaments. I tucked some up above as well, and then down there too. And then I have another topiary on this side of the hutch. So yeah, I wanted sort of an understated feel. I wanted it to feel minimal in the kitchen so that the hearth and the hutch could feel like the focal points of this space because they really are. So anyway, that's how this area is looking. Then lastly, real quick, it's not a ton, but I did sort of decorate my mud hall. I've got this rug from Ruggable. It's kind of a Christmassy plaid That Fa La 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 pillow I've had forever. I don't even remember where I got it. I think I got it from a little boutique around Christmas time, probably 5 or 6 years ago. It just makes me smile, so I always bring it out. I do have a basket full of some more juniper. I got that scarf at Kohl's last year, and I thought it matched this area well, so I just kind of hung it up with my hunter boots and some bells, and then added some real cedar to the window. So, you know, it's not a ton, but it's enough to feel festive when we come through the door at the end of the day. And here's a look from this angle. Down there, I actually keep gloves and hats and things as we're going out the door, but turning around here, I do not have my laundry room decorated for Christmas. I wish I had my life that much together, but I did add a little tree. So that counts for something. Well, friends, I hope you had fun coming with me today as I shared my Christmas home tour for 2024. I know I had a lot of fun sharing it with all of you. I hope that I gave you some ideas and inspiration for your own home, but more than anything, I hope you know that less is more in life and decor. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys really soon in my next one. Bye, friends.